Saw this video tonight that Prince Lord Chris made on one of his channels about fairies, and I guess some people don't believe in them or whatever, but I'm here to tell you right now. I mean, a lot of you that know me would probably be surprised that I would believe in fairies, but I actually had an encounter myself a long time ago, before I got married. I was in Korea. I think it was like December of '87, maybe January '88, somewhere in there. I met my wife in January of '88, so it was right before I met her. I think it might have been before Christmas time. So it's about this time, 1987. But a friend of mine and I were in a club in Seoul, and that's not where I saw the fairy, but we were there one night, and this was a place called the Dragon Club. It's up on this big strip in a section of Seoul called Itaewon, which a lot of the soldiers would go, soldiers, sailors, and Marines would go. A lot of Americans, period, would party there. People from all over the place, actually. I remember seeing some Australians and blah, blah, blah. But I digress. We're talking fairies. So we were there one night, and we were talking to some people or whatever, and went to a couple other clubs. And then we saw a guy there that, didn't really know who he was. I was talking to some other people, and he recognized me and my friend later on or something. But I think it was the next weekend. We were back in the town that I lived in. Actually, I don't think my friend was there. It was just me, because my friend was at a different post, different camp, actually. And so I was up in Dongnucheon is the name of the place. And I was partying there. It was a lot of places to go partying. And I was just like chilling with my friend Chuck, a different guy. And I think it was close to midnight or whatever. And I'm sitting there kind of minding my own business, checking out the chicks that were there or whatever. I was a single guy. So I'm looking around, and this dude is like talking to me. He's like, "Hey, weren't you down at the Dragon last weekend?" And I'm like, I looked at him, I'm like, "Yeah, I was there, And he's going, "I thought you looked familiar." I was like, "Yeah, I was there with my buddy." He goes, "Yeah. He was the one with and he was describing what my friend was wearing." I was like, "Yeah, that's the dude." And so he told me that there was I can't remember the term he used, but it was almost like hazing or something going on. There's a lot of hazing going on here. And I was like, I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? And I started noticing that there's a couple of other dudes that was like talking to these guys, And I'm looking around, I'm thinking, yeah. So he asked me if, where I was stationed and everything. I was like, I'm here, TDC, we used to call it Dongnucheon, we used to call it TDC, because not too many people want to say Dongnucheon every time they talk about where they're from. Camp Casey is what the camp was that I was stationed at. And he's like, "Here, why don't you give me a call sometime?" Oh, I was like, whoa. He pulls out this card, and he was in the Army too. This was in the days before the don't ask, don't tell days. So I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like thinking, dude's getting the wrong idea. So I went and found some chick, asked her to dance with me and stuff. So I was dancing with her. But so yeah, don't let anybody tell you there's no such thing as fairies, because I've had my encounter firsthand.